I used to have a lot of Copperfield programs. I gave them to some friends around my neighborhood who like magic tricks, and they like Spider-Man. I told them about Nicholas Hammond's Spider-Man. I wished in these new Spider-Man movies that they would make a cameo appearance of Nicholas Hammond in there. I mean, to me, it's only fair. They did Bill Bixby. I mean, they did Lou Ferrigno as a security guard, even though another guy played the Incredible Hulk. Stan Lee made an appearance even in cartoons and movies. And in Guardians of the Galaxy, he made an appearance twice. The Nicholas Hammond, for Bill Bixby, he couldn't be there in person because he passed away. Hopefully he was saved and he's in heaven. But he did a show called Courtship of Eddie's Father, and David Banner watching the Courtship of Eddie's Father on TV, and it showed Bill Bixby. That was like an Easter egg to come on as David Banner, the original TV series and all that, and Lurch doing the voice narrating of the Incredible Hulk. Anyway, Lurch did some growls and I can't. Some other people did voiceovers too, but later on, Lou Ferrigno did all the growls and all that stuff because he had a hearing problem, but he was able to come and learn to speak real good. All right, and they were thinking about Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Incredible Hulk, but Kenneth Johnson that created it, or someone behind the scenes, the director, I can't remember. He brought his son along, and he pointed to Lou Ferrigno, "Daddy, that's the Incredible Hulk." So that was no brainer. So Lou Ferrigno became the Incredible Hulk. That kid did his homework. Probably comic books. I remember back in the day in the 1980s, and probably in the 70s too, where if I finished my Superman comic book, and some kid, friend of mine in the neighborhood, "Hey, I'll trade you for Green Lantern for the Superman one." "Oh, okay." We did that. We traded back and forth, and Tommy said, "Well, I didn't trade mine. I kept all mine. I didn't know all that was going on. I wouldn't do something like that." "Yeah, I know you wouldn't, but that's just the way we did, sharing back and forth. Just like Jesus gave his life on the cross, he shared. He sacrificed his whole life to get on the cross and shed his clean blood on the cross for mankind to have a free gift, a plan of salvation, clean blood on the cross." But anyway, back to Copperfield thing. People tend to forget what year, and sometimes me. I'm not perfect either. Only God's perfect. The capital God, Jesus Christ, Lord, Savior God. Anyway, the programs I gave to friends. One was on the back. It had Copperfield, and then Webster Duck with a black bow tie on a platform thing, a white platform thing. I don't know what you call that. Anyway, and I still remember some of the lines on the back of it. "A lady in red is transformed into a transparency." That's Joni Spina, Lady Without a Mental Idea. To Phil Collins, "I Can Feel It in the Air Tonight." We saw that live at Crush Hall, front row seats. And because we were in the balcony, and then some people didn't show up, so the Copperfield's crew and Chrysler Hall people even were there too. They said, "Hey, we got some extra seats up front." And Bob Scooper went like this, "I'll take two." So we went from the balcony to front row seats. That was pretty cool. He said, "Hey Bill, you see that tape on the ground on there? That's how they know where everything's at. See, T for table, tip over, table, Mr. Rogers' misunderstanding. They put glowing tape so they can come down the stairs and not trip and fall. Glowing tape. And see that T, either black or white or red? That stands for trapdoor on the stages." Oh, wow, Bob. Thanks. I'm learning a lot. Oh, you see Copperfield? Where? You see those hollow stairs? There he goes. I go, oh, hollow stairs. Then I learned about Bevel Bezos. He gave me tons of books and Genie magazines and took me to Magic Lecture, Mary Ended lectures and other lectures. And then Dave Duncan, his father, found out some lecture places with Spaghetti Eddie's, with Chuck Winley's Magic and More shop in Norfolk. And he moved in Ocean View for a bigger warehouse. And Howard Chapel and everybody, and Michael Klein and Great Scott, Ron Mendu and Ron and Merman, you name it. And running into Penn Russell Magician and a guy named Steven on The Feet's Too Big at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and then they would perform inside the theater, not just strolling around. And even at Water Country USA, this guy named Dave Magician, that's usually a juggler at Busch Gardens. I even threw a beanbag so he could finish juggling, because I know how to throw it in, because I know how to juggle three. And we heard in the Genie magazine that he was going to do a magic act at Water Country. And after the act, and we filmed it, he said, "How'd you guys know?" And we just mentioned Genie magazine. He said, "Oh, that explains it."